There is a place in ancient Egypt where, one night a year, the temple doors are thrown open to everyone. Farmers, weavers, widows, scribes, servants, the rich and the ruined. And the instruction carved into the wall is not pray, it is not be silent, it is not be pure, it is drink until you cannot stand, not a little. Drunk until your legs refuse you, drunk until you collapse on the temple floor, drunk until a stranger must step over your body to find their own place to fall. This is the most sacred night of the year, and the goddess is watching. The month is Thoth, the first month of the Egyptian year. The Nile has just begun to rise, the river turning red with silt the way wine turns red in a jar. And inside the temple of a goddess called Mut in Thebes, a hall has been built for one purpose only. It is called the Hall of Drunkenness. An inscription on one of its columns names it directly, a columned portico of drunkenness made anew that she may perform given life. The queen who ordered it built was Hatshepsut. The year was around 1470 before the Common Era. And on the 20th day of Thoth, this hall, and others like it at Dendera, at Medamud, at Philae, would fill with bodies. Not priests, not nobles, everyone. The Festival of Drunkenness, the Tekh Festival, was not a rite the powerful watched from above. They stepped into it, alongside the farmer who had walked in from the fields that morning. And nobody left sober. That was not a failure of the ritual. It was the ritual. To understand why, you have to understand the beer. In the oldest surviving version of the story, carved onto the inner walls of the tomb of Seti I as the Book of the Heavenly Cow, the sun god Ra has decided that humanity must be destroyed. He sends his own eye in the shape of the lioness Sekhmet to do it. She tears into the fields, she drinks the blood of the dead, and she will not stop. Ra changes his mind, but the goddess cannot be reasoned with. She is rage itself. So he orders 7,000 jars of beer, dyed red with ochre, poured across the fields in the night. And when the lioness comes at dawn, she sees what she thinks is an entire world of blood, and drinks it, all of it. She falls asleep, and when she wakes, the rage is gone. The lioness is now Hathor, lady of music, lady of the wreath, lady of drunkenness without end. Humanity survives. This is the story being reenacted on the floor of the hall. The red beer the celebrants drink is the same beer that saved the world. Every person who drinks to collapse is, for that one night, standing in for Sekhmet at the moment she was tamed, which is why what happens next matters so much. After the drinking, the hall goes quiet, the lamps burn down. Hundreds of bodies lie on the floor, and then, at a moment chosen by the priests, the drums start. Not gently, hard, close, right in the ears of the sleepers. The drums are the point, because in the story, Sekhmet does not stay asleep. She wakes up, and when she wakes, she is no longer a killer. She is gentle, she is divine. The celebrants on the floor of the hall are meant to wake into the same transformation. Still drunk, disoriented, stripped of inhibition, stripped of pride, stripped of the self they walked in with the night before. And in that moment, the hymns carved at Dendera promise, the goddess herself appears, not metaphorically, an epiphany, a face. One hymn from the temple walls at Medamud describes it exactly. The drunken celebrants drum for you during the cool of the night, with the result that those who awaken bless you. Those who awaken. This is what the ordinary farmer, the widow, the craftsman, the scribe came for. Not the beer. The beer was the cost of admission. They came for the moment of waking, where emptied out you could finally see. And this is where the modern picture of ancient Egypt breaks apart. The textbook, Egypt is a place of stillness, of order, of polished stone and silent pharaohs. The Egypt of the Festival of Drunkenness is none of that. It is loud, it is messy, it is a civilization that built one of the most rigid hierarchies in the ancient world, and then, one night a year, dissolved that hierarchy on purpose. The slave and the scribe on the same floor, the high-born woman and the low-born man waking to the same drum. The Greek historian Herodotus claimed that a related festival in the Delta drew 700,000 pilgrims. Even if he exaggerated, the point stands. This was mass participation, a nation deciding together to come apart. After the festival, everyone went home. The hierarchy snapped back. The scribe was a scribe again. The servant was a servant again. But for that one night, the temple had held something no other space in Egyptian life was allowed to hold, and the people had walked in willingly. And thousands did it every year for 3,000 years. Every culture has found a way to let its people put down the weight of being themselves, just for a night. That need is not ancient. It never was. Tell me in the comments, would you have walked into that hall, hit like if this was not the Egypt you were taught? Subscribe if this is the kind of history you came here for. Next up, we're going even further. Another piece of the ancient world that has been waiting to be found. It's right there. I'll see you in it.